Come in.
Hi, how are you?
Hi there. How are you today? How can I help you?
Well, look, I just want to be honest. I just don't want to be in school no more. I'm just so sick of it. I have no motivation to go to school, and I don't know. I'm just so done with school. It's stressful. I don't even know what I want to do.
So it sounds like there's a problem with motivation, and then it's very stressful. So let's begin by going over some things here. So what motivates you? What are some things that
What usually motivates me is, I don't know, like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just not motivated. I don't know.
do you have any pets or anything at home?
I have a cat named Secret. I have a boyfriend, and that's it.
Okay, so it sounds like you have a cat there and you have a boyfriend there. So okay, let's go over some things that really stress you out. Really stresses you out.
School stressed me out. I just don't really, I'm not a people person. Like, the kids here or whatever just gets on my nerves, and the teachers feel like they have so much power and authority, and they feel like they can tell you what to do. So I don't like the people sometimes. It's just, they aggravate me. Um, what also stressed me out is my boyfriend stressed me out too, because he's just not very smart. We always argue.
Okay, so I'm glad that we've indicated some possible stresses here. So let me just review this with you. So I believe you said school, just overall being, at school, just is it the environment? Is it a little bit of everything? Is it the environment, the teachers?
It's just the setting of the school. It's just I feel like there's no purpose.
Okay, so the setting. And you said you feel like there's no
purpose of school. Like,
are there any subject areas that you really enjoy? Or?
Yeah, I enjoyed my English class because I really enjoyed to write. I love the poetic side of it. So I enjoy, when I go to that class, I enjoy, writing and reading about other artists or poets. I also enjoyed my arts class because I feel so relaxed. The other day we were making like pots and stuff, like molding together pots. So that was really creative and I guess relaxing. Other than that, oh, and I like PE because I like to play little sports. We were playing dodgeball not too long ago, so that was really fun. I get to tear people up.
So do you find that art, writing, relaxing, and PE, specifically dodgeball, really help you when you're stressed? So has there ever been times where you find yourself really stressed out and you've participating in some of these activities and it was able to kind of uplift you and kind of remove some of the stress out of your life? Or?
When I do see those classes I don't have every day, and I don't think I can just walk in the classes. I have them every other day. But when I am in that class, I really don't think too much about. I'm not really stressed out about school. I don't really, I don't even think of it as I'm in school. I'm actually thinking of, oh, I like doing this, and I'd rather just sit in here and do that.
Okay.
So, and my English class is awesome. I love being able to be a creative writer. We do activities where it's creative writing, you get to write a story or something. So I really just enjoy doing stuff like that. It ease my mind and make me not think. I hate having to think so hard, and I feel like those particular activities don't make me think too hard, and I don't have to worry about people getting on my nerves and teachers being really bossy.
So it seems like, I could be wrong. You comment if I'm interpreting this wrong, but it seems like relaxing is something that that really lifts your spirits, and when it comes to subject areas like art, writing, and physical activity, it seems like you like it to just come natural. You don't have to. It's not.
I'm
You don't have
not
to
being
think too
forced.
hard. You're not.
Yeah.
These are some of those are independent activities. Minus PE. Art. You don't get bothered too much by your teacher. You don't get bothered too much by other students. So things like that. It seems like really lift your spirits. Is that correct?
Yeah, it does lift my spirit and it does relax me.
Okay, so what are some things that you enjoy doing outside of school that you can maybe incorporate, make it, boost your overall attitude about school? Have you thought about anything like that? Or?
What I like to do outside of school, I like to write in my diary or my journal. I like to try and talk about how my day went, and it's just a venting process with me because I feel like every day I'm almost stressed about something, and I just need someone to vent to, and I enjoy writing in my journal. Sometimes I like to go outside and sit in the grass and just relax.
So, do you have a couple people in your life that you feel like you can vent to? Is your boyfriend someone you consider?
No, I cannot vent to him because every time when I do vent to him, he always has to put his 2 cents in it. And I'm at the point where I just want people to listen. Like, I don't want your advice. I don't want you to tell me I should do this more often and do that more often because that's not why I'm venting to you. I'm venting to you because I just want someone to hear me out and understand, try and put their feet in my shoes. And he always has always have an opinion, always have like, you should do this more. How about you do this? Or maybe because you're not doing this enough, maybe you, and he just put me down, and he makes me more stressed out.
Okay. So have you talked to your boyfriend and kind of let him know that that's what you're needing?
And even when I tell him that's I don't need this right now when we're talking, and he'll say something like, well, you need to figure something out. You need to find something new. He's not mature enough to sit there and talk to me and understand where I come from.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna take it back to school.
Okay.
So when you are at school and you're under all the stress and you just want someone you can vent to, is there do you have any any fellow classmates who you've become friends with who you can vent to? Because it doesn't sound like you can vent to your
I don't have any friends.
Okay. So with that being said, are there some extracurricular activities that maybe you've thought about, wanting to incorporate into your schedule so then you're able to meet friends and you're able to cope with some of the stress? Because I find it a lot easier when you have a group of friends who, again, you can vent to and that are not, let's see here, they don't really stress you up because it seems like, from what I wrote down, your boyfriend stresses you well, and he always has to put his 2 cents in. He just wants someone who's just going to hear you out. So,
well, they do have like a drama class or activity that I wouldn't mind getting into, but I wouldn't do extracurriculum just because I know I don't like the other students there because I feel like they're not going to accept me, and I just don't want to see them. I just want to do my own thing.
Okay, so have you actually tried to go to some of these classes they have?
No, because I feel like what's the purpose when I'm gonna just be upset?
Okay. Do you find that if you were to go with someone, or if you were to have someone, maybe go with you for the first time, do you think that'd be something that you can incorporate into, kind of a routine thing, something that you can stick with?
Well, I don't know who want to go with me. My boyfriend's not going to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do know a couple of students that I do meet with. I can mention any names that I know really get a kick out of the class. I've heard a lot of great things about the class, and they'll be willing to go if I were to get your permission and to kind of set up where you two can meet and maybe grab something to eat before you go and maybe incorporate that in?
I don't know if I'll feel comfortable with that. Because I don't like going places with people I don't know.
Okay. So are there any other, it doesn't have to be extra curricular activities or other things that you like to do on, in your free time that can maybe help, help manage or cope with some of the stress and anxiety you have about school or anything that you can?
I just like to write.
Like to write?
Yeah, I just like to write in my journal. My journal will not, give its 2 cents, and it won't tell my business. I can trust my journal.
Okay, so with that being said, would you be comfortable with maybe, sharing some of the things that you're writing about with me about, how your days are going? Like if you notice anything in particular that can, pretty much serve as a positive reinforcement for being in school, attending school. Would you be comfortable with sharing some of that, or
Wow.
is it more so you want to keep it more private?
I think
because that helps you cope with the stress you're dealing with.
I don't know. I feel like things that's in my journal is personal,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't feel comfortable with someone else knowing about what's in my journal because I'm scared of being judged, and I don't want to be judged.
Totally understandable. So do you find that by writing in your journal, or your diary, you find that by writing in your diary that whenever you do vent, do you find that helps with everything? Do you think that that you could? How often do you write in your journal?
I write in my journal every day,
Every day?
It does. It does help me cope with things.
Okay. Because that is a way that you're not. You don't need a boyfriend. You don't need friends. You don't need whoever to to vent to. You're venting to that. So that's great that you do have somewhere where where you have an outlet where you can go, where you won't be judged, you won't be just at thirst. Do you find that
Yeah.
I don't really know how to take it from there. It's kind of hard. I'm trying to figure out how I can I guess I was gonna say like